All right, good morning. Good morning. Welcome. My name is Chris Rosario. I'm the state representative of the 128th district here on the east side of Bridgeport. It's great to be here specifically on the east side, right along East Main Street, proudly designated as the 65th Infantry Borinqueneers Memorial Highway. It's a fitting place to gather as we reflect on legacy, celebrate progress, and look to the future. This legislative session, more than anything, has felt like a thank you, a love letter to the Puerto Rican diaspora here in the state of Connecticut and to those who came before us and paved the way. Today we honor leaders like the late Joe Lugo, the first Latino and Puerto Rican elected to the State House. We honor and remember Americo Santiago, Edna Garcia, Lidia Martinez, the late great Representative Ezequiel Santiago, and Andres Ayala, who made history as the first Puerto Rican state senator in Connecticut's history, and many, many others. This session delivered many wins to the Puerto Rican community. The House of Representatives passed House Resolution number 10, recognizing the culture and heritage of Taino residents and descendants here in our state. We also passed, and I know, Governor, you may agree to this one here, House Resolution number 9, urging Congress to amend the Jones Act to support Puerto Rico's energy needs, especially the transport of domestic liquefied natural gas. That's long overdue. Long overdue. We also adopted Senate Bill 1513, ensuring that Three Kings Day, January 6th, is a recognized and excused school absent for religious observances across the state of Connecticut. That's long overdue. We passed the reason why we're here today, House Bill 5008, the bill that officially establishes the Connecticut and Puerto Rico Trade Commission. And we also, thanks to my colleagues behind me, we also secured continued state support for Puerto Rican parades and festivals across Connecticut, including our very own Puerto Rican Parade of Fairfield County. Let's give them a round of applause. Before today's signing and ceremony, right here in Bridgeport, the University of Bridgeport and the University of Ponce in Puerto Rico, Health Sciences University have partnered to launch a cutting-edge Master of Science in Medical Sciences program focused on expanding access to healthcare careers and uplifting underrepresented students throughout innovation and predictive analytics. This commission gives us focused, enduring platform to strengthen those connections and to build new ones for education, business, healthcare, and cultural exchange. Our next speaker is no stranger to the Puerto Rican community. He's been a great friend, a great ally, our great mayor, Mayor Joe Ganim.
You had the word great in there too many times for me. I said he can't be calling me up there, but thank you, Chris. But really thank you for this today, for the opportunity, I think, because of your leadership of the Bridgeport delegation, and the governor's going to sign. This is important. It sends a really, I think, really appropriate, very powerful message. And I think we have, I don't know the growing numbers, but we have one of the largest Puerto Rican populations outside of Puerto Rico. I know the Connecticut cities do, New York City does too, I don't know the numbers, but I know we have a substantial population. And not just a population in the mere numbers. We have leadership in every area. The city council is dominated. And we are just lucky and honored to be here, Governor, for you signing this bill here in the city of Bridgeport. It means a lot, and I look forward to it. And also to be doing it right here, I mean, literally on the water's edge. And if anybody's a boater, there's a big yacht that's blocking the entranceway today. On the back of it, it says Lamont. So you got to wait till the governor leaves. He takes it down to Greenwich today. But you know, this is really beautiful place to be, and there's, you know, it's kind of like when you saw me videoing, because I'm seeing the we call it going vertical, right there. We've been waiting to see that, and so I just want to, that deserves a round of applause there. Housing right here, waterfront housing. We know just behind us, I mean, you can see the amphitheater, but even more emphatic is the soon not to be there anymore site over our shoulder there. With the old power plant that some 20 years ago plus was what this site looked like. So it's real progress on Bridgeport's waterfront. But I say that as a visual to thank the General Assembly and the governor for the progress that you've supported and continue to support, certainly across Connecticut, but here in Bridgeport in particular. Finished at midnight just a couple days ago. And you've helped us add in so many ways to the critical elements that improve and sustain the quality of life in this city with education and economic development and so much more. It's so fitting that you're here today for us to say thank you, and so fitting that you're signing this bill today here. I don't know who you're introducing next, but I want the world to know that my council president hails with some Puerto Rican blood in her too. So our council president, Heidi Nieves, let's give her a round of applause.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you very much. And I just want to acknowledge I have a few other of my council members here, but I want to thank everyone for being here. We have Councilman Ernest Newton here with us, Councilwoman Maria Valle, Councilman Richard Ortiz, Councilman Scott Burns, and Councilwoman Neida Martinez. And I just want to say that this is a very monumental moment here. Oh, I didn't see Alfredo. Alfredo Castillo, he's in the back. But as we stand here together on a historic day for the state of Connecticut, really, and understanding the importance of the Puerto Rican community and its impact in the state of Connecticut and what trade with our Commonwealth of Puerto Rico means for our community, speaks profoundly about the governor's vision about continuing to branch out, continuing to ensure that there's development, there are things happening. Our public facilities director, Louis Burgos, is here with us today too. But I am honored to be a part of this moment. I think that it's happening in Bridgeport, right here in Borinquen Way, speaks to Chris Rosario's commitment to ensuring that we culturally identify the contributions of the Puerto Rican community, the Latino community here in the state of Connecticut, and to the delegation that is here with us as well, that always are champions for these type of initiatives, legislation. So thank you very much, and I'm honored to be here as part of the city of Bridgeport. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Council President. Our next speaker, we're actually standing in his district right now, the chair of the Black and Puerto Rican Caucus, Representative Antonio Felipe.
I heard the mayor a little bit earlier talk about he didn't know the numbers quite specifically, so I'll give you a couple. I'm pretty sure that Connecticut is #1 per capita for having the Puerto Rican community in the state of Connecticut. I think, and I know Bridgeport in Connecticut is #1 per capita for Puerto Ricans in the state of Connecticut. So right now you're in one of the melting pots that we have for this Puerto Rican community for such a long time. You can see the South End behind me where a lot of us live, but I know that you guys need to have some time and go down East Main Street, right? Go down the Borinquen Highway and look at the culture that we have here and look at what we've built. It's really important at this moment when we feel divided in this country and around the state that we as Connecticut create those bonds with our Puerto Rican community, show them how we feel about them and how we support each other. Because I told you about those numbers. That means that we are part of the DNA here in the state of Connecticut. We are part of everything that Connecticut does. And I want to thank the governor for his support on many resolutions. On this here specifically, it's important for us to have our own domestic partnerships here in the state of Connecticut, because we don't know what's going to happen nationally, but we know here in Connecticut, Puerto Ricans are welcome. Puerto Ricans are a part of who we are, and we're always going to be a part of who we are. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to acknowledge other members of the Bridgeport delegation, the chair of the Judiciary Committee, Representative Steve Stavstrom, and the chair of the Public Health Committee, Kristen McCarthy-Vahey, as well as a fellow deputy speaker, Joe Gresco from Stratford. Thank you. These next two gentlemen I'm going to introduce are the vice chair and one of the leaders of the Puerto Rican and Latino Caucus, Representative Geraldo Reyes and Juan Candelaria. Welcome up to the podium.
Thank you. Buenos dias. Thank you. I'm one of those guys that after the 72-hour marathon, I was perfectly healthy until yesterday. I got sick. Me palmé, como dice el puertorriqueño, me palmé. Entonces, listen, humildemente, este jíbaro con raíces de Guanadía, Puerto Rico, is so honored and privileged to be here with, as my colleague Representative Rosario said, the most Puerto Rican agenda ever in the state of Connecticut. We're so proud of that. And he forgot one very important one, which I'm going to remind him right now. This year, we're going to start pressing and printing Borinquen license plates for everybody who's eligible who wants one. The Borinqueneers are a very, very important part of our history. Those were the front lines of World War I, World War II, and Korea. Never forget where you come from, never forget where you are. And yes, Bridgeport, you are the highest concentration of Puerto Ricans in the state of Connecticut. But let me tell you something. Connecticut stands second to nobody. And when we go around the whole country participating in national conferences, we put ourselves in the highest position possible. And I do want to thank the Commerce Committee for taking this bill up, and my colleague, Representative Mesker, and in the Senate, the chair, Representative Hartley from Waterbury, who musters this through both chambers. And Governor, thank you for using your commerce ability and your know-how, seeing the bright future and looking outwards of what this could be for Connecticut and Puerto Rico. God bless you all. Thank you very much.
Mi gente, I'm honored to be here with all of you today. I want to take this opportunity to thank my colleagues. This was just a conversation and a dream, and today's a reality. We'll be able to expand commerce in the island of Puerto Rico as well here in the state of Connecticut. We already started that process. There's currently many businesses who are currently doing business in Puerto Rico, but we need to increase that even further. And I think this is a great opportunity for us as Latino, as Connecticut citizens, to invest in the island and really transform our commerce throughout both Connecticut and Puerto Rico. So I want to thank Chris Rosario specifically because he was a champion behind this. And I know that Gerardo Reyes and myself supported you, but Chris, you moved this along. It was your vision, and I want to thank you for that. To my colleagues who helped support it at the committee level, thank you so much, because without you, this would not have been possible. Governor, thank you, because you also believed in this vision, and you supported it from day one. So I want to thank you. Gracias a todo, and let's move this forward. Muchas gracias.
Muchísimas gracias, Juan. We're nearing the end of our program, but I do want to mention the aforementioned chairman of the Commerce Committee, Representative Steve Meskers. When I tell you at the beginning of the year, with the turmoil that's happening in Washington, if I told you we're going to run bills on Puerto Rican agenda and it's going to be unanimously bipartisan voted, not one no, not one Republican, not one Democrat, it went unanimously. And one of the reasons why it happened so unanimously was because of the way it was eloquently explained by the esteemed chair of the Commerce Committee, que también habla español. Representative Steve Meskers, come on up and say a few words.
Mira, para mí es un placer y un honra de estar aquí para ayudar y apoyar la comunidad. Creo que tenemos más o menos como 8.6% del pueblo de Connecticut es de herencia puertorriqueño, boricua. Y yo como co-chair de Commerce, puedes asegurarse que voy a defender no solamente los derechos humanos, pero la oportunidad en el intercambio culturales, de trabajo y educativos para conseguir un entrelace aún más fuerte para Puerto Rico y Connecticut. Y que viva Puerto Rico.
Un gran amigo a la comunidad puertorriqueña. Coming up next is going to be, when I tell you this man, he bleeds Puerto Rico. Joe Rodriguez, PRU organizer and chair. Come on up, say a few words.
Good afternoon, everyone. Joe Rodriguez. I serve as the board chairman for Puerto Ricans United, which is the Puerto Rican Festival of New Haven. And I also serve as the second vice president to the national Puerto Rican agenda, which just 2 weeks ago, representatives from 7 states visited Puerto Rico to discuss commerce. So this is very timely. And I want to thank the governor for his leadership and know-how to sign this bill. I want to thank the representatives, the caucus, that saw what was already happening, right? I want to piggyback off of what Rosario said, which is, yes, it was because of the leadership of the committee, the caucus, that this bill went through. But let me tell you another reason why. Is because the Puerto Rican community is a growing community in this state, 285,000, so it's the right thing to do. So I want to give you both a shout out and let folks know that we are a vibrant, growing community across this state. We have 7 parades and festivals that are quickly and ready to celebrate this summer. So again, I want to thank everybody for being here and just say this. This bill acknowledges what has been done already, right? We already see an organic flow of business and pleasure to Puerto Rico. So this bill capitalizes on what's already been happening across Connecticut. It also capitalizes on different industries within this state that have also capitalized on what we have seen. Universities and colleges that are expanding into Puerto Rico, or tourism department that has promoted tourism between both. Educators that are looking for bilingual educators to come to Connecticut because we need bilingual teachers. So we've already been doing this work, and this bill capitalizes on it by creating resources and focusing on strategically how we can do research and focus on different industries in Puerto Rico and bring commerce here. Not just large companies. We're talking about mom and pop businesses in Puerto Rico that are eager to sell their products here in Connecticut because of our growing population. So we look forward to it, and we stand united with our leaders, and I hope to see you all at not only the Bridgeport Fairfield County Puerto Rican Day Parade, but all our parades and festivals across Connecticut. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Joe. Last but not least, we just finished a long and tough session. And when I tell you, there's no better partner for the city of Bridgeport and for the state of Connecticut than our governor, Ned Lamont.
All right, Governor. Thanks, Chris, and thank you guys for getting this over the finish line. It's remarkable. This is just a day that reminds us Connecticut and Puerto Rico are like this. And we're going to have our first trade mission maybe in January. What do you think about that, guys? To go down and see what we can do. Starts in our governor's office. I've got Melanie Castro and Thea Montanez in my office, and a woman named Camille Busby. You say, who's that? That's my mom, who was born and raised in the Condado in 1926, and we spent a lot of time remembering her life there. You heard what we're doing in terms of the, what do you call them again? The team? The Buccaneers. They are going to be studied. I didn't get to study them in school. They are studied in all of our schools right now as part of the culture to make sure that people in Connecticut recognize the key role that Puerto Rico played. This is the anniversary of D-Day, and they were right there on the front lines defending America because we're all Americans. I love the fact that we have our schools and the reciprocity. My grandmother went to Puerto Rico as a Catholic missionary teaching in Puerto Rico in the early 1920s. And today we have reciprocity to make sure more teachers from Puerto Rico can come up here and teach bilingual and teach the meaning of the history going back and forth. I think you heard from some, when it comes to pharmaceuticals and when it comes to medical devices, we do a lot of that in Connecticut. We do a lot of that in Puerto Rico. We want to marry those two together, reciprocity back and forth. We've had more new business startups with the Spanish-American Merchant Association. Lots of money there. And I look forward to the day that more companies coming from Puerto Rico can come up and help bring the culture to Connecticut. Because I think that we represent about 1% of the population of the United States of America, with the 6th highest concentration of folks with Puerto Rican ancestry right here. So I'm really proud of this day, proud to each and every one of you for getting it done. And hey, Joe, can I borrow your helicopter to get out to one of those yachts someday? Thanks, everybody.
That concludes our program. Melanie, I don't know how you want to handle forward. We're going to sign the bill, and then I guess questions after. And music. You guys can start. Go ahead. Thank you.
Yes. I asked for a pen. I don't think you
mejor, un cielo siempre nítido, me sirve de dulce y dan arrullos fáciles, las olas a tus pies cuando a su playa llego sola, exclamo lleno de admiración.
I also want to acknowledge Mayor Loretti for Shelton. Let's give him a round of applause. Any questions? Interviews? Okay.
Hey, Yordi. Nice to see you, buddy.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Nice to meet you. Nice to see you.
You have a question?
Can you maybe in Spanish talk about the importance of this trade negotiation, this trade bill, and what do you think it would mean with reciprocity with Connecticut and Puerto Rico?
Primeramente le quiero dar las gracias al representante Eddie Chaboniel del primer distrito de San Juan, que nosotros hablamos de este lenguaje y esta comisión en una conferencia en Denver el año pasado con mis colegas, y él está trabajando en el mismo lenguaje, sister legislation, en la isla. So, nosotros también vamos a ir a la isla porque están haciendo el mismo lenguaje, pero esto es muy importante, especialmente en el sector de energía. Ahora mismo en Puerto Rico, la luz, la compañía Luma, están sufriendo también con mucho alumbrazo, ¿verdad? De blackouts, apagones. El estado de Connecticut son uno de los líderes en el mundo en la energía, y queremos establecer ese partnership.
One other question that the governor mentioned, medical devices, one instance where there's some integration. What other kind of businesses can Connecticut and Puerto Rico collaborate on?
Yeah.
Thank you very much for that question. So, right, en español, muchas gracias por la pregunta. So, lo primero que hicimos era que nos dimos cuenta, cuando hay emergencia, todo lo que los puertorriqueños pueden hacer mundial para Puerto Rico cuando hay emergencia. So, vamos a usar esa misma mentalidad, esta estrategia, para hacerlo con un proceso que sea más fluido y que sea más consistente. Estamos buscando ahora la oportunidad para buscar esos ingenieros de la Universidad de Mayagüez, de Puerto Rico, que tenemos muchas aplicaciones ahora mismo aquí en Connecticut que están abiertas, especialmente en el Departamento de Transportación, para ingenieros. So, hay muchas avenidas, doctores, enfermeras, enfermeros, ingenieros, son un ejemplo, y hay muchos más.
Governor, can I get one question in English? Just about that same question, you mentioned medical device. What other types of industries do you think Connecticut and companies in Puerto Rico can collaborate on?
Well, we certainly have great academic partnerships back and forth, as I mentioned. I think you'll see when it comes to tourism, we have multiple flights back and forth every day. I think medical devices and pharmaceuticals came to my mind because that's a big presence in Connecticut and a big presence in Puerto Rico. If we can share resources, it'll be better for both.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.
Muchísimas gracias.